Welcome back. Edo State governor got some little moral boost yesterday when the Justice Danjuma-led a court of appeal gave him a carry go and said that there's no miscarriage of justice that he can see from the tribunal, and everything is good and fine. But in a twist, the PDP candidate, Ighodalo, said, no, I'm going to the Supreme Court. Do you think anything will come out of that, Philip?
Well, you can't preempt the court. You see, Asue Ighodalo is doing what is right. He had to explore the legal battle to where it will end, whether rightly or wrongly. Let the records be there. Now look, I felt strongly that my right was infringed upon. I won this election, and I felt the election they were overvoting, and I have proved my case, even though the lower court and the Court of Appeal have said otherwise. I think, seriously, I will get justice at the Supreme Court. So I'm going to the Supreme Court, which is the apex court in the land. You see, what has happened in Edo State, it's another, like you asked me, if anything will come out of the Supreme Court judgment. You see, this is what the Judiciary had made the entire citizenry of this country to believe, that there's no justice in the land, that the court that were meant to be the hope of the common man, people don't have faith in them. We're discussing Fubara just now. He just resigned because he doesn't want to be under, illegality. How many of those kind of judges do you have? If we have such number in their numbers, you won't be asking me if I think anything will come out of the Supreme Court judgment. Because if Ighodalo feels strongly and he felt that they are throwing away his case based on technicalities, the Supreme Court has said over and over that, look, justice is not achieved in technicality, that the merit is more important, that the court should go into the merit of a case. But the Court of Appeal has said that, they were looking for the miscarriage of justice, they couldn't find it, and it's the case of Ighodalo lack merit, and they've thrown away the case. And Ighodalo, I think he should be encouraged, whether rightly or wrongly, let it be on record that he went to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court drew the same line, and that will further confirm to Nigerians that the judiciary is no longer for the common man, not even the elite, because Ighodalo cannot be seen as a common man, that you can't find justice in the court anymore. We are not being biased that, Ighodalo must be giving judgment. But when you give a judgment, you should be able to give reason that will satisfy the public that, yes, the people arriving at this judgment, they have actually done their work. When you just come with the flimsy excuses that, the beavers, they were not presented, you do not call presiding officer, you do not call agent, but you saw this fact before you don't want to look at them.
Okay, I'll come back to you on that, because there's a follow-up question I'll ask you on that, because if they said that they can't see any miscarriage of justice, it was as a result of what the lower court, as the tribunal, said concerning why they didn't see. But I will hang it on, but I'll come back to you on that. Now, must we always go to court?
Well, yes, the court is not a place of violence. It's a place where
especially on these election matters, because the democracies we've seen, of course, they are not as epileptic as ours, but they don't go to court, even no matter how the person feels aggrieved.
Are you talking about elections in Nigeria or outside Nigeria?
Both outside Nigeria and in Nigeria, we always go to court. What I'm saying that the democracy that we're copying from.
Why we always go to court here is very simple. In most cases, we feel like what we voted is not what is being announced. You hear what he has just analyzed. A man felt that he came with his own evidence that there was overvoting in favor of his opposition, and then that his numbers were being reduced. Now, if he was not able to bring in experts to open those machines and prove that they were actually overvoting, and he has brought them as evidence, there's nothing like... I mentioned this thing some months ago here when we discussed about this matter. And then somebody told me that, of course, it's not the duty of the court to prove your case. I was seated on the same table. If I'm a judge, if you are a father, and your children come crying to you, the other one said, I kept my food here, all right, and my food was stolen and eaten by my brother or my sister, Do you understand? Probably you have actually warned them not to be keeping food there. Okay, but the child has kept the food, and the food was actually taken, and you knew he actually, from what he's saying, he actually kept what food was taken. You should be able to address that issue first, then punish him for keeping the food there. I brought up this matter here, and then I was told that the court is not to prove somebody's case. Was there overvoting? Yes. If there was, fine. According to him,
Prove it.
Well, if there was, prove it. And if there was, and then whatever, is this normal? The answer is no.
But couldn't
So
prove
well, you are still going back to the technical aspect of it.
Okay, all right. Let me hang you on there. Now, Ighodalo going to the court and asked that there was overvoting. Now, and said the INEC should bring in the beavers to see that the numbers that were entered, the voters exceeded the numbers that were entered. So they brought the beavers, and they said, "All right, prove to us that there was overvoting." And they couldn't prove beyond any doubt that there was overvoting. Whose fault is that? The judge, or INEC, or who?
You see, it is the conclusion of the court that it was not proven. The beavers were the instrument used in conducting the elections.
Yes.
The people that conduct the election is INEC. INEC was supreme for specific numbers of beavers, for specific area,
Yes.
where Ighodalo felt strongly that the vote recorded were more than what is in the beavers. It for INEC to demonstrate, and not for Ighodalo to demonstrate that these beavers contains what they recorded.
But if they didn't ask
That was not done.
But if they didn't ask that in their prayers, that the INEC should come and show it, is it the?
It is not of the
tribunal?
court. Let me just cut you short there. But for the fact that Ighodalo has subpoenaed the INEC
Yes.
to bring the beavers to court, it's enough ground to examine the beavers before the court. I agreed. It is not of the court to prove your case for you. You also asked me a question that I want to answer. You didn't ask me. It is not even proper to even go to court after election, because as it is today, there's no point going to court because you're not going to get anything different from what they've announced on the field. So that is why Nigerians to stand firm for a process that will give us free and fair election. Because going to court has become meaningless to us. Because yes, the court is not a godfather. It's not Father Christmas that you can go to and get anything. You have to go prepared. And don't forget, the other person has already prepared his own work before he did what he had done during the election. He knows, in most cases there's connivance between the winner and INEC to ensure that you don't have the necessary
That's allegedly.
Yes, so to ensure that you don't have what you have to prove your case. Yes, allegedly. But it's what we see every day in this country, that once a man is declared, because come to think of it, INEC is an umpire. Why will he go and defend two people who are fighting? You were supposed to be somebody who will moderate. You are not defending one of them. They
didn't defend.
No, go through all the cases in court. When the matter of electoral courts come to court, take your time. What side does INEC takes?
Because most of the time
they defend what they declare on the field.
Because they don't want to be seen as
That's not being an umpire. You see, that's why General Kafa has advocated that look, it is INEC that they should be suing and not the individual. It is INEC they should punish, because the matter is supposed to be against INEC.
All right. Now you spoke about the case in courts, the beavers that were brought. We've had cases before where the other person brought experts. I remember one case, it's somewhere in the southwest, where they brought forensic expert. I think it's even in this Edo State. Can't remember too well. Where they brought forensic expert to check everything and prove with no doubt that there was overvoting. Could PDP have done that?
Well, if they had thought about it or toward that direction, they might have done that. The first question here is this: the one that did first, did he got the justice?
Yes.
He got justice.
Yes.
Well,
So it's a case of making sure you prove your case.
and a case of maybe minor negligence.
Yes.
But like he has rightly pointed out here, what led to this thing, the fundamental problem that led to this is inability or insincerity of INEC in conducting a free and fair elections. If what INEC took plenty monies for, right from the time of Jonathan, that as they are voting, look at it this morning, you buy card, okay, give me small recharge card. As you are giving me 1,000, it's showing that it has left your phone. It's showing on my phone I've gotten it. The network is aware that it has happened. Why do we have all these machines where we can, they put your NIN into a machine, into the same computer, everything about you, if you like your age, everything about you is big. Why is INEC dodging using what they have requested for and giving money? They made budget, they were giving this money. What reason do INEC have? So what is leading us to all this problem is INEC. If while voting, you vote Mr. A, I vote Mr. B, and as we are voting, it's coming up and everybody is seeing it. Even your father in the village who did not go to school will be able to do his normal calculation. Everybody will know even before INEC declare that this is the winner, this is the loser. And under such conditions, we will not overstretch our court, our judiciary, and INEC staff, and will not waste public funds. Let INEC help Nigerians by doing what they know is right, which they have been given the money to do, and they are refusing to do it. Because you can't tell me that INEC have any technical explanation to why these beavers and this whatever are not working. It is because of the monies they take from politicians as bribe to announce their candidates.
Allegedly.
No, I contested the election. They should come out and defend this. I have some of the videos. INEC staff were there, DSS were there, civil defense were there, police were there. When they were sharing money, is it not against our electoral process? INEC will be there, and they see this and they throw their face away. So it's just the same truth. INEC knows what we are doing. Go to INEC, they know what they are doing. So INEC is the ones that are holding us to ransom in terms of election, bringing our judiciary, rubbishing our judiciary, our public, and then everybody, bringing crisis here and there. INEC should do the right thing.
So Philip, we can as well say that it's not the fault of the judges for you to, because it's what is presented before them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That look, you know, it has been said, especially on this table by Amiable Okafor, that look, in fact, INEC should be the one that they should be punishing. Because you are paid to do a job, you do not do the job. The judiciary is just a collateral, they are suffering, they are the collateral damage, they are the collateral victim in this electoral process.
And the people as well.
And the people, of course, the people you can't.
They are always being used as a.
No.
Okay, so INEC should be blamed for so many of these electoral faults that we are experiencing in our system. And there's something that Same Okafor said yesterday. He said we should see people resigning from position when there is a matter. Because we got that of JAMB, the man is still there. There is that of WAEC, now the man is still there. I mean, faults, there should be punishment, and as well the way you see reward too. So INEC, I think somebody needs some punishment in INEC. The ones that have been punished are not, they're too small.
Were they punished at all?
There's one that is in jail.
It's not
Okay,
an
the one in
staff.
Adamawa.
No,
Professors,
okay,
even
not an
Adamawa,
staff.
no, it's an ad hoc.
Yeah, it's not an INEC staff.
But it's an ad hoc. Yes.
But is it not even a shameful thing if an ad hoc staff can do something where the real staff are equally present and they cannot defend it?
Who are the real administrators?
Exactly.
Okay, we'll keep on saying this. We'll be right back on News Insight.